welcome to my channel, and I'm happy I've been able to come here again, and I like this space. That's why I come here all the time. So guys, today's video we have a guest here. She has a YouTube channel also, and she's going to tell you about it. But her name is Sophia, basically. And we are here to talk about the positive and the negative side of studying law in the Nigerian university.
Yeah. Hi guys, welcome back to her channel. Thank you for having me here. I think I really feel very privileged to be here, and it's such, I know, right? It's such an amazing topic, and I also have a YouTube channel, Self to Brand. Yeah, so I think that's it. So let's.
And she's a law student in a Nigerian university.
Yes.
So basically,
Full of students. 400 level.
400 level. Exact 400 level.
Yes.
You say
400 level.
Like, it's not easy to be.
No, it's not easy.
The stress, the struggle, the stress. No, we need to be saying it everywhere.
I need to write it on my forehead.
Yes, actually. So now, what do you think? Like as a law student, what do you think is the important thing? Like the thing you hear all the time when you say, "Oh, I'm a law student." Like, what do you hear all the time?
Okay, what do I hear all the time when I hear law student? Oh, when somebody addresses me as a law student.
Yes.
I think the first thing I hear is the law. Like,
young man, you are finished. The law.
Like the law.
Yes, I heard that the law.
Yeah, like people feel like you know all the there's no one body of law. Like the laws are like in different bodies. So when somebody says the law, it's like you're the person carrying
the
all.
old, the old.
So like it's. But it's fun though.
But it's actually nice. Eh? You feel yourself like it's me that they are calling the law. But at the same time in my head, I'm like, hey, Jesus, I have so many people that are already calling me the law. I don't want to disappoint myself and disappoint
that's the expectation that comes with the law is too much.
Yes.
Like when people say the law, they feel like you can handle anything, whether or not it's related to law.
Yes.
So that expectation
people always
really
say
too much.
Learned. Lawyers are learning and everything. So when they say if you're somewhere and they are talking, the next thing you hear, what's the meaning of this? A lawyer is here. And I'm like,
Exactly.
But thank God for freestyling, Sha.
But at least that's what you get to learn with the law.
Exactly.
At least you learn how to freestyle, you learn how to like. I think with law you get to learn bits of everything. Like there are different fields of law, so you get to learn a little bit of everything. Does not mean you know everything. So when people should ask you a question relating to something that you don't know or you've never heard before, I think that's why you like freestyle.
Yes,
and then you add your knowledge so that you make it tush, you make it sound like very
very makes sense.
Yeah,
that's the word. Because for real, when people say that the law thing, in my head is always like, okay. When people now throw the question, I'm like,
so once they ask you the question, I think you need to take a deep breath, like just breathe. Allow them to feel themselves, like when people are expecting from you, so they are like the how do I say it now, the level of concentration is high.
Yeah.
So you just let them breathe, because whatever you say at that moment will be regarded as the truth. Like they feel like whatever you're going to say is the best.
Yeah.
So you have to calm down and think through it first.
So you not disappoint yourself
at
and
all.
They will not find out the actual thing, and they will not be looking at you like, oh, so this person doesn't even know anything.
Yeah, and always have a reason, behind whatever you're going to say.
Yeah,
so that you can defend yourself.
And at the same time, even if you are studying law, I'm sure by now you know that even if you want to say something in law, you should have a precedent, like something that you always fall back on, that okay, this thing said this, and that's why I'm relying on this as something. Like you should always have that at the back of your mind.
Yeah,
basically. So now the first important thing, like the first positive thing of being a law student, is that you get recognized.
By who?
You get recognized. Like when people are saying, I'm studying this and studying this, once you say I'm studying law, they look at you like, oh, the almighty, like
almighty lawyer.
Yes, like we have a lawyer in our midst. You're not even a lawyer yet, but their mind, they have a lawyer in their midst.
Yeah, that's true.
You get. And people feel like, oh, you are doing English. People feel like other courses are irrelevant once you say you are law. And it's actually not like that in the real sense.
Nope.
Every course is actually important in its own way.
Extremely
it's not just law that is important. Just now that everybody is just trying to say law. But every course is actually important in its own way.
Yeah, that's
so. What's another positive side of being a law student?
Of being a law student, or like a lawyer in general? A law student. I think another positive side of being a law student is that the knowledge is wide. Like you have access to a lot of things. So you're not just learning you know, like other courses are like solely focused on their own like area,
Yeah.
but in law it's diversified because you get to learn a little bit of medicine, you get to learn a little bit of engineering.
Yeah.
Like a little,
we have law in everywhere.
Yes.
Like law, we have technology law, we have medical law, we have IP law. We have so many types of law. Like
so I feel like before you even know the law that relates to that field, you actually need to know a bit about that field.
Like you cannot tell me what to do medical law now, you will not know like negligence in medicine. Like that's just how it is. So I feel that one to day now.
Yeah, the knowledge is just
it's actually there. And the fact that another thing is the fact that law is dynamic, like is everywhere. Like you cannot just tell me that okay, you are studying law and you don't want to have an idea of other things.
Yeah.
So that one too is there. So you need to say you actually have an idea of other things. That will give you an upper edge to speak in public, and it will give you a public recognition. Like because the fact that you can talk about anything at any point in time, like people always look up to you at, oh, we have this person in our midst.
Yeah.
You get.
I think even as a law student, in relation to saying that law is dynamic, you need to keep up with the pace of the society. So as society keeps changing, as events keeps happening, you as a law student, it is your duty to ensure that okay, you keep up with the trend. So you try to learn about it because questions may arise and you have to answer these questions. You have to like actually prove with your knowledge of the law how it applies because law regulates the society.
Yeah.
So you need to know the law that regulates each event that occurs in the society. Like for example, the Twitter ban that actually happened.
I was about to say that one of Baba Ijesha.
Yeah,
like,
Baba Ijesha.
People were entering my DM like, what do I think? Like, is there a law that states? And I'm like, actually, there's a status bar law. Like I was trying to say, but the fact that people actually still recognize the fact that I'm still a law student, that they still entered my DM, like it gave me a feeling of like I didn't want to have anything to do with that matter initially, but it made me keep up with the matter.
No, I actually did keep up with it.
I kept up. Yeah. I had to. I didn't want to initially.
I think it was really interesting, even though the video is not about Baba Ijesha anyways. But it was actually really interesting to actually know the facts and hear all the different things that people were saying, and trying to justify it. And as a law student, you're just applying the law to the situation at hand. So I think it makes sense. So if somebody should ask
you, that Twitter ban too, that one too.
Ooh.
That one is actually a whole lot.
Twitter ban is a whole lot.
It's a whole lot.
And I think that so far that has been something that really interests me. I was really interested in it because the ban of Twitter. Mm-hmm. I don't want to start talking about law, so it doesn't sound weird. But the Twitter ban was really it was more of constitutional based.
No, there was actually no constitution. It was not constitutional based because people have rights to their this thing. What's it called? I can't remember how it's stated in the constitution. There's something I wanted to say now. People have rights. There's a right to your
right to freedom of expression.
Yeah, freedom of expression and opinion. So I feel that Twitter ban, they just try to limit people's opinions and expression.
Oh, okay. I think you got me wrong when I said it was constitutional based. Not as per what they did was according to the constitution. They infringed on the rights of the masses, of the people, stated in the constitution. And there are some rights that you can't take away from people. They are inalienable.
Yes,
so
the freedom of movement.
So the moment you start making laws that are now taking people's rights, those fundamental rights, I think that's where people start raising their eyebrows and all. So so Twitter ban was a lot, and I think as law students, it gave us an opportunity to actually see the law that we know in theory come into play. Yeah, in fact, practically. So
Sophia, you did not tell them that there's going to be a part 2 in another video in your channel.
Oh, okay, all right. So
this is a collaboration video. So we have a video with Sophia here, and we are also going to have a video with another. I'm going to be on Sophia's channel, so you guys should watch out.
Obviously, I'm bringing you to the channel. She has to be there. So
so you guys should watch out for it. So please, if you are watching this now, just be expecting another video on Sophia's channel, and it's also going to be a ginger video. The way this one is giving you all the things you need to know about law, the positive and negative about being a law student in Nigeria.
Yeah, and I think at this point, if you've not subscribed to ms.omoh space, what are you waiting for?
Please subscribe.
Please
Like
hit that button.
Like it actually.
Hit that button. And I think we want to know your thoughts.
Yeah,
do you have a sibling that is in law? Are you a law student yourself? Do you have anybody that you know that is studying law? Like, let me just know. Let's know your thoughts.
Let's know your thoughts in the comment section.
In the comment section.
Comment, and let's know what you think so that we'll be able to follow up and all that.
Yeah.
So another thing basically about being a law student in Nigeria, the fact that you have to keep up with your assignments, with normal life, like, is a whole lot. Like,
the assignment is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because the assignment is just weird. I don't know if it applies to most. In fact, I think it applies to all law students, because I've actually spoken to some of my friends in other institutions, universities, and the assignment is just something else. You know, the assignment is nerve-wracking, brain tasking. Like, it's not something you just Google and you find your answer online. No, you can't Google it.
You will break the topic down.
You
still not find
Google it.
Like, I'm like, where did you get these questions from?
And it's so funny because it could just be like one line, one statement. That's the question. And you just see people writing, and even at the end of the day, somebody may have submitted a 5-page assignment and it's still not correct.
Yes.
And you're like, how? Like, how do I do this?
You know the annoying thing about law that they always say, Lord, as far as you back up with authority, you are right.
It's not every authority that is right. So you actually need to know the right authority for the right assignment.
Yes, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah,
because
so that's
really important. You always write the law as far as you back up with authority, but in your mind, I backed up with a lot of authority.
Yeah, they keep saying that there's no right or wrong answer in law. My dear, there is. There is. You can't. The only time I agree with that statement is if you actually know the answer, but you're trying to maybe play the devil's advocate, or you're seeing, there are always two sides to the coin.
Yes,
absolutely. But doesn't mean that the coin does not exist.
Sophia, do you know what I do now? I'll do part A and part B. Then in my conclusion, you will not, through my conclusion, you know the side I go for, but I will actually talk about the two at this point, because I don't want to go wrong again, because there are so many questions that initially, and you see the question, you're like, oh yes, the answer is yes, but lecturer actually wants to talk about no. So now I'll do yes, I'll do no. Then in my conclusion, you know the one I actually stand for more.
Yeah.
Yes. Because in that way, even if you are not going to speak the lecturer's mind at the conclusion, at the beginning, you must have actually touched something that the lecturer wants. Now, people say rubbish with pride.
Like, that
you have self-confidence.
Confidence. I think it happened to me once when we had this group presentation, and for my group, we actually staged a little play, and then we're imputing the sections in. I think it was in criminal law. And at that point I had to quote the sections of each topic that we treated, as a group.
That was even very broad.
The topic was so broad, and the sections were just too much. I think I even mixed it up. But the fact that I was able to say it out with confidence, it took a lot from me. I think God was on my side that day, and she actually accepted it. We had a good mark.
Yes, she didn't even know.
She didn't realize. It was later she called me. She was like, "Young lady, do you know that most of the things you said were wrong?" I said, "I'm sorry, ma." She said, "But it's okay. The fact that you were able to say it with so much confidence, and even people that were in class actually thought it was true.
Except that were actually following.
People that actually knew it, knew that. Oh no, Sophia, you said something here." But I think at the end of the day, what matters was that our group got the mark.
And self-confidence actually
I swear, self-confidence really helps.
So that's one thing about law. Law gives you your self-confidence. It makes you grow. It brings you out of your shell. Even if you are trying to be in a shell that, oh no, I don't
you can't say I'm shy.
Yeah,
you can't be shy in law. I don't think that. No, that's not possible.
All these people most people that came in our class 100 level, that they were shy. Now take a look at them.
You can't say I'm shy.
They cannot be shy.
You'll be challenged. The moment you see your mates doing things, you'll be challenged. And law keeps you on your toes. So you're constantly working, constantly reading, and trying to improve yourself 24/7. So
funny how
you can
actually. Let me tell you something. It's not like I read all the time. I get tired of reading. People get bored of reading. Not that you have to read all the time, but it will actually keep you on your toes. The fact that I'm doing law, I don't want to make people feel.
You wouldn't want to fail. Yes. 1, 2. If you fail, you'll be sent out of the faculty, which is a bigger shame. And I think it's not just applicable in our school. It's everywhere. So if there's always this quota,
that you must
meet up as per CGPA level. So you wouldn't want to go below that because you know that first, what are you going to tell your parents? How did you leave law? And God forbid you're in 300 level.
Going to 400 level.
Yeah.
Are going to find out.
How do you tell people that I'm not okay? The law, sorry, I'm no longer studying law. Why? How do you explain?
You not tell them that CGPA.
Yeah, I think it's,
no, it's actually
no.
So actually, another thing is that there's so much pressure in law.
Yeah, I think that's the negative side.
Yes, there's so much pressure
is too much.
Pressure is too much. People around you, the pressure you get from your friends, the people around your parents,
I think even from the lecturers, because that's how they
lecturers.
present their topic and their course or the lectures they deliver, and automatically you just feel this sudden pressure on you, like, no. I think I felt that in constitutional law in 200 level. At the time I was like, how is this going to play out? Because I didn't fully understand the concept. Because I was like, okay, this guy is saying this, how do I go with it?
Funny how my own was
Taught in 300
level.
Wow.
You know, mine was taught because in my head I'm like, oh, when I say going through my textbook, it was like easy. I'm like, thoughts, it's just gonna be tough, it's gonna be fine and everything. Then when we started the cases in thoughts, it was just too much.
And
like,
there are no sections in thoughts, so you just
cases and principles. Like,
cases
it was
and principles,
a lot.
cases and principles.
Like, and the cases are not like criminal law cases that is like R and something. You know, it's either R state or
DPP, IGP.
Thoughts is like they'll give it 2 names, and some names in thoughts were just too complicated. Like, I'm like, how do you expect me to put all this in my head? But we did it though.
No, you have to be determined.
We did it though. I don't know how it happened, but it happened.
You have to do it. You don't have any excuse. Like, if there's no option of let me just wait. No, you actually need to put in the work.
Yes, I think.
Yeah.
See, another negative side of studying law, the fact that it's overrated. Yes.
The law is overrated.
Yes, law is overrated. Yes. Think about it. Like, every art student wants to study law.
Well, I think I'm going to blame Nigerian society, how Nigerian society have actually like structured the educational system, because they don't throw more light and on different other courses rather.
Yeah.
And the unnecessary preference given to law is what makes students want to study law. Because I think when you're in secondary school, your mind is open. You're like, you don't know what the outside world holds for you. So it is whatever they feed you that you take. Yeah, that's what you receive.
Yeah.
So by the time they start saying law is the best, obviously everybody wants the best.
Yeah.
So you would want to go for what is the best.
Yeah.
So I think that's what. And
you know the thing about law, I feel so many people, their parents pressurize them to study law.
That's true.
Because they felt like law is the only selling point in Nigeria.
That's
but how much are they paying lawyers? Think about it. They are paying lawyers 30k per month.
But that's true. I agree with you that law can be very tasking and pressurized, especially when the pressure is coming from your parents or your guardians, like the people that are actually paying the school fee. So you would want to do everything to meet up. But I think at the end of the day, you should consider what you can do. I think knowing your abilities, your potentials, your strengths, and your weakness really matters a lot. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. You know, you get to live the life, you get to be with the certificate. Even if some persons say, when I'm done, I'll hand over my certificate to my parents. The truth is that it is yours, it is your name that is on it. So eventually you get to do the work yourself. So I think you should just be able to, I think balance is the key. Just learn to balance your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'd like to conclude by saying that
Thank
you for watching up to this point. And
Thank
please
you.
go to Sophia's channel to like the video. We'll post it. Like the video, comment,
subscribe
and share. And do the same for this video.
Yeah, so we'll put the link to it below.
Yes.
Self-to-brand.
Yes, basically.
So, yeah.
So guys, bye. See you all in the
you.
next video.
Thank you for having me.
Bye, baby.